Apparently, Destiny is going crazy again. Let's check this out. Get straight to it. And now on Rock with Destiny. Hit the like button.
About word salads, okay? Trump is spewing out word salads. Okay, man, you're almost getting like a 50% discount at the Trump word salad buffet.
Woke Destiny and Anthony Scaramucci. Trump.
Guys, you want to know what channel this is I'm reacting to? It's called The Apostle. I think that's how you pronounce it. Check them out. I think that they're really good with their content.
Trump's former communications director, who was fired after 10 days, makes some ridiculous statements about Donald Trump and Kamala Harris that goes to highlight their Trump derangement syndrome, as Destiny and Anthony Scaramucci both hate Donald Trump to the point they will say the economy is booming right now under Joe Biden and that Kamala Harris actually makes sense with her words, while Donald Trump is the one who is incoherent. Never mind the fact that Kamala Harris keeps bombing interviews in the attempt to prove that she does, in fact, actually make sense. So let's check out Destiny's TDS, folks.
So do you think people care about the border as much as they care about the economy?
No, I think that the economy, it's still what James Carville said 30 years ago. It's the economy's stupid and it's going to get decided on the economy. And you know, there's pessimism. If you look at consumer confidence numbers, there's pessimism. But at the same time, the stock market's at an all-time high. Wages are at an all-time high. The manufacturing index, the best that it's been in 30 years. And so all of these things point to an economy that's, you know, is recovering. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's my feeling. You know what I mean?
So I'm curious what you think about this. For a long time, even prior to Trump coming into office, I think there had been a little bit of research saying that people's opinions about the economy can be shaped by the media that they consume. And then over the past few years, there was a lady, Kyla Scranton, she coined this term called the vibe session, where in her perspective, a lot of people's feelings about the economy were being shaped by by the media they consume, basically. And then there was that YouGov poll that came out that showed what do people feel about the economy. And as soon as Biden won and Trump lost, you saw the huge inversion of Democrats were all saying like, oh my God, the economy is really good now. And Republicans were saying it was terrible. I'm 35 now and I'm old enough to where I see some Gen Z people.
It's totally true, by the way.
35. No, I don't think it's even in. It's not in guidelines to say the joke I was about to say. I was about to go in. Yeah,
the vaccine, by the way, Steve.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
I'm not taking the vaccine. It's a Donald Trump vaccine. And then Biden wins. Okay, we're taking the vaccine.
Sure. Yeah. How much of how do you think it should be combated? If you're a candidate, you've got people who will say things, under Donald Trump, I was able to do X, Y, Z. The economy was so good. Housing was cheap before. Everything was so perfect. And now under, Biden, everything has gotten horrible. Even if what they're saying doesn't necessarily map onto reality, I feel like combating that as a politician is incredibly difficult, because if you're a Democrat, you can't just say, well, actually things are good, because then you come off as being out of touch. But you can't say things are bad because, well, you were just in office for 4 years. What do you think is like the way that you address that? Or do you even agree that's a real problem, I guess?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So I obviously am not a candidate and don't have a great answer, but I would say the following. If I were her, I would say I would try to make it I try to make it, frankly, what she's doing. She's trying to tell you that she's not a divisive person. She's trying to tell you that she's not going to impose regressive tariffs. I would have a comparative analysis going. I would say, listen, I'm for manufacturing. I'm for the restart of manufacturing and industrialization in the U.S., which leads to higher middle-class wages. I'm for better bridges, roads, and tunnels, which reduces the cost of goods in transit in our society. And what I'm not for are regressive tariffs. And I think you have to explain to people, because, people believe Trump. Trump says the tariffs are going to be paid by China, but they're not going to be paid by China. So you're hitting. And if John Deere,
who should we believe? Kamala? We should believe Kamala and what she's saying. Same person that been caught in so many lies. That's who we should believe instead.
Deere moved some of their parts and equipment to Mexico, he wants to tariff them 200%. Okay. But what I would say if I was her, I would say, okay, listen, we've got to incentivize the John Deere Corporation to keep their manufacturing here in the United States. We're in a competitive global market now. And the Biden administration has provided that. There's a $250 billion bill that was signed in the first year of the Biden term that gives tax incentives to these companies to build their manufacturing here in the U.S. And she's got to position that. She's got to say, listen, he's going to tax
Who got the cops pulling up? They pulling up to get somebody. He pulled up.
you and going to crush you. And everything he's talking about is inflationary. And if you don't believe me, go.
What if they just come in and snatch Destiny up midstream? Like, get you. He just, he go flying. He's screaming for help.
By the Goldman Sachs objective economists that
Who gonna help him, Hunter Avalon?
rated our two economic plans, or
Probably
there are
Nicholas
400
DeVille.
economists that just came out and supported her. And why are they supporting her? Because she's offering common sense ideas about what to do with the economy. He's not.
If you ask me, both Destiny and Anthony Scaramucci are obviously still suffering from TDS because they want to talk about the economy. Look, I'm going to make this real simple. He wants to talk about tariffs. Tariffs is not the end all be all. And I would question why he is not okay, why he would be okay with our allies over in Europe tariffing us at higher rates than we do them. Right? That's one thing that they never talked about. They didn't want to pay that. They didn't want to pay their NATO bill, right? We were paying that, right? That's fine. Okay. And they want to talk about reality, economy. Everybody alive today remembers what stuff cost when Trump was president. I remember what gas was. I remember what food was. I remember how easier it was to go out, to go to
And the supermarket was not as expensive as it is now. I swear prices went up crazy, bro. Real talk. The price for the bag costs more now. They charging you for the bag even more.
movies or this or that. The whole point is that you have more expendable money in your wallet. That is the whole point. And the idea that Kamala Harris makes sense is laughable because nothing she says makes sense. I've read her economic plan. There's nothing super impressive about it at all, literally, even to the point that she's stealing Trump's ideas of no tax on tips. So if her plan's so good, why is she having to take from Donald Trump's? And then not only that, she's the one who's talking about taxing unrealized gains, which is
crazy. Which for someone who's trying to get rich, damn it, you really messing up. How the hell I could do this? Like, you really ruining it for me. You're making it harder for me to climb up the ladder.
literally taxing you before you take the profits. So it's like if you are going to get $100, before you even pull the $100, you have to pay a percentage anyway, even if you let the money sit there. That's a huge tax. That will destroy possibly the stock market in the way, and you will never see it the same. That's what Kamala Harris's plans are. But that's what this guy, Anthony Scaramucci, in all of his wisdom, thinks is going to go great. Like, this guy is an imbecile. Let me know in the comments what you think. But
I agree. Sounds like an imbecile to me. Like, they trying to ruin every chance that the little man can rise up.
Folks, I would say this is what a sheep looks like. Leave a like. Let's get back in.
Again,
The Muhammad Ali
I don't know.
bomb.
It's my opinion, I guess, more than anything else. But I think her plan is way more practical and a way better plan for the U.S. than his plan. You know,
and you think if she just messages it better, communicates it better?
Yeah, she's got to messenger it a bit better. She's only look. They're ahead of her 5-1 on interviews. But some of their interviews are net negatives, right? Because they're talking about dogs getting eaten and all kinds of crazy shit. But she's got to get out there and speak more, I think. You know, she's going to do an interview. She's going to do an interview tonight with Stephanie and she's going to do an interview with 60 Minutes, I think, over the weekend. And so she needs more interviews, you know.
I mean, she hasn't been doing many interviews, but yeah.
What's that?
She hasn't been doing many interviews.
No, she hasn't. I think it's an issue.
Yeah.
But I mean, here's the thing, though. I mean, he doesn't talk right. You know, he talks like a nut. So he gets a buy. He gets a buy on everything he says.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
She's being judged as a normal human being.
And Kamala with her fake self. You like that, though. You like her just saying whatever she thinks that you want to hear.
And then
it drives me so crazy.
Right.
Yeah, it drives me so crazy.
It drives me crazy how you are sheep. And it's like a table full of sheep.
Because I'll see people read off like Kamala Harris statements like they don't make sense. Like, I understand what's being said here. Like, it might be a little bit sloppy. And then you see how Trump answered that. I mean, it's a legendary Trump answer. When he was at that, he gave that speech in that economic forum or whatever, and they asked him, what are you going to do? What policy? I think they said, what specific policy will you do to alleviate childhood poverty? That was one of the most insane 2.5 minute like rambles I've ever seen in my entire life. Like that's a campaign ending ramble for Joe Biden. It would be a huge, you know, punch in the gut to Kamala Harris, but Trump he just moonwalks away from it with absolutely no problem.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you talk about word salads, okay? Trump is spewing out word salads. Okay, maybe you're almost getting like a 50% discount at the Trump word salad buffet because it's so.
If Kamala Harris,
That was trash. That joke was garbage. That was a garbage ass joke. I don't know what he was thinking when he said that. I guess it hit with the wokies. The wokies like that. If it was a word salad, it'd be half price. He acted like he bodied that. Man, shut your ass up. That was trash.
Harris makes so much sense, then why is every interview she keep doing a bomb? Every single one. Everyone's scratching their heads like, what is this person saying? Like, are you serious? These two, obviously, in my opinion, have full on 10 out of 10 Trump derangement syndrome. You can let me know what you think in the comments. But look, Trump is not a perfect speaker. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he's an angel. Not saying any of that. But the idea that you're going to fabricate a delusion in your head that Kamala Harris, who, I mean, some of the sit down interviews that she's done, and even one of them, she literally repeated the same line. I think it was the first interview she did after they had their debate. She literally repeated the same line she used in a previous question in the same interview. Like, there's nothing in that woman's head. She's just
It's like rehearsed, like mother effer puppet type stuff.
Puppet. And she has handlers around. That's what I think. Because otherwise, you would be able to give a rational, like if she's so much smarter than Trump, if she's so much more capable, well, where is it? Where are those words? Where is that speech? Where's that conversation? No, it's not there, folks. Like, again, let me know what you think in the comments. But these two are just living in their own woke delusion. And I don't
Facts. Hold on, let them finish.
see it leaving anytime soon, but it's still fun to watch.
I agree. Yeah, I do think that they woke as hell, fam. That was nasty. How woke that was. Yikes. I thought it was cringe as hell watching Destiny just sit there and cackle over there looking like and sounding like The View. Straight nasty. But tell me what you guys think down in the comment section. Hit the like button, share the video as well.